Virgo. Better get my collar straight for you guys. How are you doing? This is going to be your new love, singles, next in love. If you're already in a connection and you're looking to tarot for answers, there's your answer. Okay? This is new love. This is for singles. All right, today is the full moon in Cancer under the sign of Capricorn. It is the wolf moon. So maybe those placements will, as they do, play a role in what's going on in your love life. Let me get some water. I always drink more water when I drink it out of this thing, but it's always such a mess because the threads at the top, it's all over the place. So, okay, we're all hydrated. All right, let me know if you can hear me with the heater. I've got it low and turned away, so hopefully it's not as loud and obnoxious as it can get. 5 of Wands. This is competition, confrontation, Knight of Swords. Okay, so you could be dealing with an air sign, but there is a Knight of Swords coming in to fight these 5 of Wands. 7 of Pentacles. This is what you've been waiting for. This is you and your energy and your earth energy waiting patiently for this night. But you've been in masculine energy. If you're the feminine, you've been in masculine energy, but you're in Pentacles. Pentacles is the mixture of masculine and feminine. It's the 3D representation of a feminine element, right? 3D is masculine. So it's like you've been doing work. You've been just focused on yourself, focus on your own seeds, your own value, and, probably just, saving up money. So that's what you've been focusing on, but there's a faith here. It takes faith to be in the 7 of Pentacles, because all this stuff is happening behind the scenes, behind your back. You're not really paying attention to these 5 of Wands, like whoever these people are. You might be getting people that are contacting you, interested in you, a lot of competition for your attention. Could be a lot of competition for your resources, because you've got all these pentacles here. And you're not paying attention to that. You want someone who's going to fight for this love. This is the same old past connections of people who fought with you, right? This is like, these type of people are all about competition. Love is unconditional. True love is unconditional. Love in itself should just be considered unconditional, but I have to say that because so many people throw that word around like confetti. 5 of Wands and 5 of Pentacles. Yeah. Once you've turned your back to this competitive energy, this connection, could have been dealing with another earth sign, but this person feels left out in the cold. Right? They feel really, and you may have gone through that. And 2 of Pentacles is balance, so whomever you dealt with that was competitive, who was antagonistic, always arguments, like it was just a constant battle. It was a constant struggle. It was a constant fight. It was constant. It was just never, just like, and you never really knew where you stood with this person because they never fought for you. Therefore they never supported you. Maybe with the Pentacles here, they supported you financially, but they never supported you, or maybe they had plenty of money or whatever, but they never had the understanding of you in your earth energy. So you could have dealt with a fire sign with the Pentacles here, you could have dealt with a fixed fire sign, or you could have dealt with a cardinal earth sign. All right, so that's Capricorn or Leo, right? You could have those placements. This could be your energy, but I feel like your energy like attracts like. So you were in that energy of not feeling like you were worthy of somebody who didn't fight you. You were probably raised in a situation, in a dynamic, in the circumstance, chaotic environment that was like everything was a fight and a battle. So you didn't really know any better about what you were attracting. So this Knight of Swords could be a Pisces. We have the Hanged Man. This is somebody who takes their time, right? Which can be very frustrating with a Pisces. And you, Virgo, as their polarity sign, you've dealt with Pisces before. I don't know a single Virgo or Pisces that hasn't dealt with the other. Energetically, romantically, in friendships, internally, you could have a Pisces placement. But that is part of our path, astrologically speaking, is that we are meant to be challenged by our polarity sign, right? So right now, the full moons are always in the polarity sign of whatever season they're under. So you and Pisces share full moons when you're in your season. So there's just a little food for thought there. Could have a Cancer placement or dealing with a Cancer. But the Chariot is somebody who follows their heart. And so you could be using this moon to follow your heart, right? And so the full moon, just because it's in Cancer, right? This full moon in Cancer, in the season of Capricorn, doesn't necessarily mean that if you don't have those signs in your placements, if you don't have those placements in your chart, that you aren't under the influence of that dynamic, right? Of being like a full moon, kind of lighting the way as the feminine. I feel like the feminine attracts the masculine, and then the masculine pursues the feminine. So you could have been dealing with somebody who took a long time, but then it's like you just succumbed, you submitted to faith. In divine timing, in destiny, in fate, you just sort of realize, like, the more that I fight this, the more that I put energy into the idea that they're going to come in at this time or whatever, like, they're taking their own time. And everybody is entitled to that. And so there may have been something about you, if you grew up in a very controlling environment, you may have been trying to control this timeline energetically, like, I want this person to come in now. I feel like I've been patient. I feel like I've been, I'm deserving of it. But there was something in you that needed to be healed in order to submit to the process, to the divine process. I just chopped up garlic, so my fingers smell like garlic. But it's funny because it's the Two of Wands here, and there's all this garlic around them. They're like bearing garlic. So maybe you're eating garlic, maybe something with garlic. But it's like Shrek, the many layers, right? And maybe you initially judged this person. You were, because the Hanged Man gets a lot of judgment. Because look at them. They look ridiculous. What are they doing? But they know why they're doing it. They know why they're looking at things this way. So you may receive a lot of judgment, and then growing up, for doing things your own way, for thinking a certain way, for being different, for being unique. And then, we inadvertently, if we're not aware of it, if we're not doing the shadow work, if we're not actively evaluating our ego, which is the Hermit, which is your energy of asking why of yourself. You may have asked why of them. Why are they treating me this way? Why does nobody love me? Why? Instead, when we point those whys at ourselves, we become the victor of our circumstances versus the victim. And but there may have been a period of time where you judged others for doing things uniquely, even though that's what was done to you. You guys are perfectionists. You're going to do things right. You're going to be very meticulous. You're going to overthink it. You're going to research it. You're going to prep for it. There's a lot of time in hermit mode that you spend preparing for this. But it's like, until you actually do the work, until your hands are on the situation, you might not see things, right? that you're doing that are actually inhibiting you or hindering your process of divine union. And so that's what the twin flame journey is. You may have connected with your twin flame, and then both of you, what the twin flame journey does is it triggers the ego so that you go your separate ways. You reconfigure all your tools and you go, oh, this was actually for that. This is why. But about yourself, you do the self work, you do the shadow work, and you elevate yourself so that you're on a divine frequency, an unconditional frequency. Because most of us are conditional with ourselves, because most of us, especially those who are attracted to this space, are children of chaos, right? They've been conditionally loved. They've probably been raised by, influenced by, manipulated by narcissistic, vampiric, parasitic, lower frequency entities, right? Working in and out of the terrestrial vessels that they are surrounded by, from their primary guardians, caregivers, to every lover, every workplace environment, every friendship, right? Everything that you do, you inhabit that sort of chaos and that lower vibration because you incarnated for this life cycle in order to do that work. That's what you chose this. You chose to do this work. So you chose your crazy parents. You chose your every single lover that treated you like shit. You chose that because that was where you knew the ego work needed to be done. Because the only way that we raise the collective frequency is to an unconditional place, right? Is by doing the work on the ego. So we incarnate here as celestial beings. I know I'm getting all woo on you, Virgo, but we incarnate here as celestial beings into this terrestrial plane in order to shift that collective energy, right? Shift it towards a divine, unconditional place. And so we're like, yeah, I'm a cycle breaker. I've done this so many times. Let me just plop myself into the most chaotic environment possible so I can do this work. That's the work. You chose this, right? 2 of Wands is a choice. But see how this choice is actually part of the tool that they're using to do the work, to dig down into the depths of themselves and plant these roots, plant these. Maybe you're planting garlic or planting a garden as well. But it's all connected to the work. The choices that you've made, the left path and the right path, the past, the future, it's all connected to the work that you're doing in the here and the now. A couple of the little garlic nodes were sprouting, so I am going to plant them. So just a little side note I'm getting. Maybe you guys are, cleansing yourself, because garlic is very cleansing. It's also a great antiviral, anti-parasitic, right? So it's like self-protection. You could be doing protection spells, because this is kind of like someone who's like, oh, you left me out in the cold, and they're in a lack mentality. This is the devil, right? This is that creepy, lurky, past lower frequency that's going to come in here now that you've got this balance and this trust in, like, what happens, what is, versus, what didn't happen, what couldn't happen, what should have happened. No coulda, woulda, shouldas, no ifs, ands, or buts, right? Could have quit smoking. Just the buts, like no buts. So yeah, we got the 5 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords. You have worked through a lot of lack. You've worked through a lot of lack. And you've probably dealt with people who were in these energies to work through this. You've worked through people who were combative and constantly, challenging your spirit. We're supposed to challenge our ego, not our spirit. But when you're around people who challenge your spirit, that is our ego will stay in those places because it's easier. right, will stay in those connections because it's easier. But the divine path is not easy. And so it's like you rounded these 5s up to 10s, right? So you could have been in this low self-worth. So you had to be with somebody who had a low self-worth, who really challenged your worth, so that you could go, wait a minute, I'm actually not worthless. I'm worthy. I'm abundant, right? So there's a lot of affirmations going on here, a lot of protective spells, magic that you've been working, spell work that you've been doing, whether you've been cognizant of that or it's just you changed the way that you speak about yourself, right? Because this is someone who has the forked snake tongue. This is the devil whispering in your ear. This is lies and deception that make you feel like, and people who just have to be right all the time, right? And this is you just saying like, okay, well, you guys can, your back is turned to that. Like, you guys can fight. You guys can be combative. You've turned your back on family, friends, lovers, past connections, work, things that, everything that didn't fit you or align with you, you just are leaving it behind. Because I think maybe for a while as a healer, right? I would say Taurus. Maybe you have a Taurus planet when you're dealing with a Taurus, but Earth is very healing and Virgos are very healing. There's a maternal thing. You are, the Native American zodiac for Virgo is the bear, right? You're like the mother bear. You have a very like strong maternal instinct, which means that you are nurturing and you are of the earth. You are Virgo, you are the virgin mother, right? Of creation. Whether you're masculine or feminine, right? There's a very nurturing aspect to you. And I think that you were with people that you tried to, maybe you tried to fix them. You tried to heal them. You're like, I can do this. And you guys are very capable. And if you want something done right, have a Virgo do it. But you cannot heal anybody else. You cannot convince anybody else. You cannot speak truth into a liar's mouth. Page of Cups. So we have the 6 of Cups, Page of Cups, 6 of Wands. So you're coming from the 5s to the 6s, baby. I love it. And see, the thing that you were always lacking was love. I mean, you were looking for love. The Chariot follows their heart. And so the water we have here is the Hanged Man, Pisces energy, and the Page of Cups, which is also, I mean, this can be any water sign or anybody that's in this sort of, this can be an apology, right? But an apology is changed behavior. So just make sure that if there's, because you're going to receive your abundance, you receive your abundance and lack at the same time, like an opportunity for both. Anytime you're at a divine fork in the road with this 2 of Pentacles and this 2 of Wands, there's a choice between 2 paths, right? Which one will I choose? Which one weighs more or weighs less? Maybe you're trying to release weight, right? Maybe you want something that has value and has more weight to it, right? So it's discernment between, which you as a mutable sign, you guys are, your greatest challenge is discernment, but your greatest strength is also discernment. Being mutable signs, you have the swords and the cups, the head and the heart. What is aligned? And that alignment is the center point, which is the intuition, right? The difference or the convergence of the head and the heart is the intuition. And see, this is somebody, this Page of Cups is somebody who, you know, they're over here with the 5 of Swords, so it could be some deceptive energy, some past connection, or some new connection with the Page that just is basically, it's like the wolf in sheep's clothing. It's like the fuck boy in the fish clothing. You know, like they're wearing a costume. So I don't particularly trust this person. We'll look a little bit more, but 3 of Wands. Yeah, this is planning. This is where you guys are good. You guys are great at this. Planning. But see, this is something that is central to your core. Moving forward, this is someone who's planning for a long journey, right? There's a desert in front of them, behind them. Like they're they're about to do their 40 days and 40 nights, right? They're about to, maybe something with 44, right? 44 and 8 is 8, so you could be an August, you could be an August Virgo, or you could be dealing with a Leo, right? So something around, or you could have 8 in your birthday, right? Could be life path number 8, life path number 4. This is the 3, and this, you could be life path number 3, right? But this is your, what's going to work for me, myself, and I, body, mind, and spirit. What's going to be the most holy thing for me to do? This person's about to go on their, 40 days and 40 nights. It's like Moses. It's biblical. It's seen a lot through the Bible. 40. So it's something that is divine to you. It doesn't have to be biblical. It doesn't have to be religious. So calm down. It's just divine for you. It's your truth. And so it's connected to your core. It's connected to your womb. Masculine or feminine, it's connected to your space, your sacral chakra, your space of creation, right? So again, you could be like doing a detox physically. You could be doing a detox, but see, they're wearing a costume too. But see, it's like this person's coming forward with their costume. This person is sitting here almost contemplating, can I drop this costume? Can I shed this old skin? There's something about you renewing yourself. There's a renewal. You're taking on a new schedule, new job. You want new love, right? So it's like you're contemplating before you take a step forward. What's serving me? What doesn't serve me? What's aligned with me? And I feel like this full moon, there's a lot of power under this full moon. You might be doing some sort of ceremony, some sort of meditation, some sort of ritual under this full moon. You're in a very contemplative energy here. And the moon represents intuition. So you're really tapping into your truth, into your intuition, trying to, allowing yourself, I don't want to say trying, you're allowing yourself to see the future, your future, what is for you, what isn't, and discern how you feel about that, right? So you're looking through your third eye, you're feeling through your intuition and your gut, which in the physical body, Virgo rules the gut and the digestive system. So, it's like you could be, again, not smoking or not drinking things that dehydrate you, or consuming things that are acidic, that are going to sap your nutrients. You could be hydrating more, getting electrolytes, right? Really like catering to your wealth and your health. That's what pentacles are. This is like, because when we treat our bodies poorly, when we take drugs, alcohol, overeat, undereat, right? It's all a form of self-worth, or it's all a representation of our self-worth. This is somebody who is balanced in their self-worth. This is someone who recognizes their power and their abundance and their value. This is a high value person. And it's attracting that 6 of Wands is attracting the 6 of Cups. So you could have a water placement, fire placement. Your person could be of those placements, but that's the energy that they're coming in. This is attracting your soulmate. Because when you love you, everybody else wants to too. And love is unconditional. All this other crappy, lack, conditional nonsense you're leaving that behind. Yeah, death. Could be dealing with Scorpio, but I feel like that is more about you going through an ego death, a soul revitalization. Revitalization. Could be dealing with an Aquarius, but there is like star energy, healing energy, and I just got the 5-syllable game in the movie Words and Pictures. Right? Words are swords, and pictures would be maybe pentacles. But you feel when you look at a picture, right? So it could be cups as well. Like it's more of the feminine, and swords is of the masculine. So it's that balancing of the head and the heart, the thoughts and the feelings, mind over matter, and all of those things. So it's balancing the two. It's not mind over matter. I think you dealt with someone who always thought they had to be right. Like they were just exhausting to deal with. because they just constantly like made you feel stupid or tried to make you feel stupid. And then you realize, I'm actually fucking brilliant, man. I'm a genius. I am intelligent, right? So you're leaving this behind. You're leaving all of this anxiety behind. You're getting out of a toxic box, right? You're releasing, there's that whisper, right? The devilish whisper in your shoulder, in your ear. You're releasing that. And you're doing that by, I think you're rounding everything up to a 10. So something about 10s. 10s are new beginnings, where death is a 10. I mean, it's a 13 as a card. But there's a 4 again in that 13. But there's something about, you're balancing it. You're bringing everything into a balanced place. And like balanced diet is truly like a pH balance. So there's something about maybe eating more alkaline, consuming more nurturing, nourishing diets. And that's what you put into your mouth, what you put into your eyes, what you listen to. That's also what you speak. That's what you touch. Like, you could be renovating or like remodeling or redecorating or something in your space. So you're making things around you very soothing, which is why I think getting that Taurus vibe, because Taurus is the most sensual of the zodiac, and they really focus on the 5 senses to become the Hierophant, which channels through the 6th sense. And you're really tapping into this Hanged Man, 6th sense, third eye, and all that good stuff. All right, so we have Judgment and Ace of Cups. Yeah, it's like, I feel like this Judgment is like, you underwent a lot of judgment before, and now you're like giving it to God. You're giving it to God. You're saying, you know what? I just release all of that stuff. I release all of my control. It's like Bruce Almighty. January 17th could be important to you, or Capricorn. But it's like, that's also the devil, right? Capricorn is the devil. So it's like, I have no control. I don't want control. Right? Because every time that I've tried to control things, manipulate things, fix things, it's always just left me feeling broken, left me feeling empty, left me feeling exhausted and drained. So I just give it to you. I give it to Source, give it to the collective. We are here to hold space for each other. We are here to help each other heal by healing ourselves. So you heal yourself, you focus on yourself. That's the only thing you can control. Right? This Ace of Cups is filling your cup. This is a lot of self-work. You were here for like new love or whatever. The new love is you. The devil. Yeah. Get out of here. Ace of Swords. You are your Knight of Swords. You're you know that song Bonnie Tyler, Holding Out for a Hero. Flashdance, or not Flashdance. Footloose. Kevin Bacon is a hero. Also, what is it, the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, or is it 5 degrees? 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. So it's like the sixth degree, right? The 6th sense. 6 of Wands, 6 of Cups. You're holding out for a hero, and that hero is you. And I know that probably sounds cliche, and there's the star, that Aquarius and Temperance energy. That probably sounds cliche and lame and all that, but like attracts like. So when you get on this frequency of like, I'm fine, I'm growing, I'm learning, I'm loving, I'm living, then that's what you're going to attract. If you love yourself in a big way, in a holistic, healing, balanced way, imagine what you can attract. Imagine what you attracted when you were in a low vibration, right? You know what that looks like. So I feel like you can't really imagine what's coming in for you, Virgo, but with this big self-love energy that I see, excuse me, excuse me, I don't know what that is. It's not a burp, it's not a hiccup, it's just like a, it's like something caught in my chest. It's a xenomorph, but it's the 3 of Cups here and the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, you've got an offer. Somebody's going to offer you something solid because you are balanced and solid in yourself, and you don't need anybody. And you're not in that energy of like, I don't want anybody, fuck everybody, screw love, it's all fake, you know, but yet you're also secretly watching tarot talking about love and new love and getting pissed off when you don't hear about new love coming in. So it's like if you're in that place of like, I want them now, you know, where's my person? It's like you are your person, and then you attract your counterpart because you are the same. You're of the same. You both incarnated for this journey. You both made each other for each other. So it's like when you love yourself, your counterpart has no choice but to love you too, in the way that you love yourself, right? It's especially in that feminine energy of that healing of the pentacles, it's in the cups, it's all that nurturing, maternal. You've probably done a lot of remothering, probably had a toxic mother, put you down, didn't show you how to nurture yourself, so you had to nurture yourself. So you look to others to fulfill you and to nurture yourself because you were never empowered with that ability. So you maybe have like a maternal fracture that you've healed. And once you heal that, it's like, yeah, you're on the frequency. You're on the highest frequency, and that's what you're going to call in. You're going to call in something big, right? Mr. Big. You know. Whatever. If you know, you know. If you don't. So hopefully there was something in here for you. And if you'd like to support this channel, the work that I do, everything you need to know is in the description box below. Thank you for listening. Thank you for holding space. And until next time, I wish you well.